Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video lesson, I'm going to be giving an overview of this week's tune, the standard I Love You. This tune is almost entirely based around variations of 251s. So if you haven't done so already, I strongly recommend you check out my other two video lessons for this week, 251s Part 1 and Part 2. As with all these old standards, I would recommend going and listening to a version by a vocalist and getting familiar with the lyrics, because that will help you play this tune much more organically than if you're just trying to remember a sequence of notes. And knowing the lyrics will help you phrase in a smoother way, and it will help you remember it as you go along. So there's a version out there by Frank Sinatra, I think, and I'm sure there's many more versions by the famous jazz singers, so go on YouTube and see what you can find. This melody is commonly used as an interval reference for ear training for a descending major seventh. And that features quite a lot in this melody. The first phrase, and then again. So it's that falling wide interval, which is a really cool sound. Now, a lot of the important tones in the melody highlight some of the important tones in the chords. Now, in my 251 lessons, I talked about minor 7 flat 5s as a 2 chord on a minor 251. And I also talked about how you can substitute minor 2/5s for major 2/5s in order to make a little bit of extra tension. So that's what's going on in this sequence. You have what feels like will be a minor 2/5, G half diminished, C7 flat 9, going to F major 7. So you're going from the world of F minor, if you like, to F major. And then that's the first 4 bars, and the second 4 bars is a normal regular major 2/5. So the notes in the melody, there's a big flat 5 there in the first melody phrase. That's your flat 5 on the minor 7 flat 5 on G minor. And then on the major 2/5, we have 9th, so that's firmly establishing that this is a minor, a Dorian minor chord, and then some major phrases. After we have minor 2/5 to major, and then major 2/5 to major, minor 2/5 to major again, we go with an unexpected modulation to A major. Now, I want you to take a pencil or a pen and edit something on your lead sheet. I want you to add a couple of chords. Find the 12th bar of the tune, which is the bar before it goes to A major, concert A major. And that's labelled as bar 415 in the Edinburgh Jazz School Real Book for strange reasons. I'd like you to add in a very quick 2/5 to A. So a concert B minor 7, followed by an E7 to A major 7. Because it's pretty conventional that that A major is set up with a quick 2/5 to get you there. So far, the A section, minor 2/5 to major, major 2/5 to major, minor 2/5 to major, and then A major. Now, the B section takes us back much more firmly in F major land. So, major 2/5-1. And now, we have an example of a minor 2/5-1. Now this is taking us to G minor. It's a secondary dominant. This D7 is not native to the key of F, but it's preceding the 2 minor 7 chord. It's the dominant of the 2 minor. So we call it a secondary dominant because it leads us to a chord which belongs to the tonic key that we're in. So a secondary dominant of D7, preceded by its 2 chord, A half diminished. This is a very, very common thing. You'll see this all over the place in jazz standards, where you have the secondary dominant of 2, so that's 6 dominant 7 if you like, preceded by 3 half diminished, and then 5. So it's like a bit of a cycle going back to 1. But it doesn't actually get there in this. It teases it and it never quite gets there. So A half diminished, D7, that's your secondary dominant, going to G minor, going to C7, and now we have the main theme re-established. That's your minor 2/5, going to a major, and then we have this little secondary dominant with its 2 chord again. And now we have on the last line, we have a slightly cheeky version of a 2/5-1, where the 2 is actually dominant. And that works because of the root movement. That G7 is a perfect 5th or a 4th, depending on which way you look at it, away from C7. So it's the root movement of a 5/1. So you can make that a secondary dominant as well. So we have 5/7 of 5 in the key of F. That G7 is the 5/7 of the 5 chord that belongs to F. And then we land on the 5/7, which resolves us back to F. So secondary dominant, 5/7 of 5, 5/7, 1. This tune is an excellent opportunity to practice your different language on 2/5-1s that I explained in my previous videos. Loads of space to practice those minor 7 flat 5 arpeggios, as well as the Phrygian dominant scale on those 7 flat 9 chords. And it also has the extra little challenge of the 2/5-1 to A major, which is quite an uncommon key for jazz, so it may feel a bit strange, but just practice the same exercises that I gave you for other 2/5-1s for a bit and you'll get there. I do hope this has been helpful. Go and listen to some versions of people playing this tune. There's a great recording of this tune by John Coltrane, as well as many other musicians. So have fun doing some research on YouTube or Spotify or whatever. And good luck with your practice. As usual, any questions, do get in touch via the Edinburgh Jazz School Facebook page. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.